What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, an interesting video for you here on the channel. Today is my 2024 Bad Blood card predictions. Bad Blood is here. We are, the day I'm recording this, about like 40 something days from it. I think this PLE is going to be one for the ages, in my opinion. Bash in Berlin is going to be an interesting card already. It's going to be decent, but I am going to throw out my predictions for this card, and if my predictions are right, I'm going to be excited. I'm going to be excited. Now, I do want to announce something. I am going to Bad Blood. It's in Atlanta. It's crazy enough to say with a lot of the Lesser Athletes guys. I'm going to probably do a type of vlog. In a sense, I bought horrible seats because you'll see in the vlog, if you're watching this video, check it out when Bad Blood comes out. I am excited about this. This is going to be probably one of my favorite PLEs, in my opinion. I am super excited to see what we could see from Bad Blood because it's looking legendary. So let's get started. So first we're going to start with our honorable mentions. I just don't see a way where in a 7 to 6 match card, I think it's probably going to be 6 matches, but truthful 6 to 5 is usually where other PLEs are other than SummerSlam. But I could see for an American, PLE like this, they go, you know what? Let's get 6 to 7 instead. So let's just get started with honorable mention number 1, Gunther versus Ilya Dragunov. When you think of Bad Blood, you think of people that have bad blood against each other where they're kind of beefing a little bit. I think Ilya Dragunov and Gunther makes a lot of sense. But in my opinion, I just don't see a way. Who does Gunther go against in this whole, PLE? There's just no one, in my opinion, that story-wise is going to make sense for Gunther other than Ilya Dragunov. Right now, to me, I just can't see a world where there's, Gunther is going to be on this PLE. So for me, it's hard to say that when he's literally the Raw champion. I'm going to first say, maybe Ilya Dragunov is a match with him with the Bad Blood where we're going to see a crazy, amazing match with him at Bad Blood. We already know that they have had amazing history in the past with amazing 5-star matches. Every match they've had is almost a 5-star. We've seen, I think was it both matches actually they had? I think Dave said 5.25 and then 5. I don't remember. I'm very interested to see that with Gunther and Ilya Dragunov, but I also could see a world where they go, you know what, this is WrestleMania match, and this is what we're going to say for WrestleMania. I could see that in the same sense as well. So it'd be very interesting to see when and where this happens, but Bad Blood could be a good contender for it. It'll just be interesting to see if they pull the trigger on that. Up next, we have Chad Gable versus Uncle Howdy. I think this is a PLE type of match. Just win. And I think it makes a lot of sense to have this at Bad Blood with all the tension that's been building with the two. But it's just more of a, can this happen at Bad Blood? Because I think this card is stacked, and I think this whole thing is going to be stacked. Is there room for a Chad Gable versus Uncle Howdy, or are they going to make this more of a Raw type of ordeal? I don't really know. I think it could make more sense for Chad Gable and Uncle Howdy to go against here. Then maybe another PLE. Maybe they don't do anything with Uncle Howdy to Royal Rumble to really cement the first time he ever came out in a match. I don't know. I think that would be cool as well. It's just there's so many opportunities with this whole Bad Blood thing that I don't know if I see a way they make this match happen unless they extend the card a little bit. Up next, we have Braun Breaker versus who? I think Braun Breaker from Georgia should be on this card as the Intercontinental Championship. Just who does he go against? Who makes the most sense? I have a lot of people, and let's get it started. First up, we have Sheamus. I think Sheamus makes a lot of sense because he still needs to become a Grand Slam champion. I think that makes a lot of sense. Up next, I'm actually going to keep him last. Up next, we have Ludwig Kaiser. Kind of been some tension between him. Same with Sheamus. Potentially could be a good match. I just don't think this is maybe a PLE match. Braun Strowman is somebody that I want to see go against Braun Breaker in his tenure. It's just, does this happen now or does it happen later on? Jey Uso, somebody that could easily win the Intercontinental Championship when he would want to and want to be involved. I think he's going to be more involved in the Bloodline story, so maybe this doesn't happen yet. Ilya Dragunov is probably the biggest one that I could see happen. there's already been this kind of beef versus Braun and Ilya. I think with Braun being the one that injured and wrote off Ilya Dragunov for a while, I think could be a big indicator that potentially, imagine him coming back after Bash in Berlin and confronting Braun Breaker for injuring him, and now it's Ilya Dragunov and Braun Breaker going against each other for Bad Blood. I could see something like that happening. Kind of would hurt Ilya in my opinion, because we know for a fact Braun Breaker is probably going to hold this title. But I really like, truthfully, I really love Ilya Dragunov, and I think this makes the most sense. I think this makes the most sense if you want a competitor for Braun Breaker. Up next, we have LA Knight versus who again? I think you can't leave off LA Knight from a big PLE like Bad Blood, in the US especially. But to me, there's just nobody that makes a lot of sense. I have Jacob Fatu here, Logan Paul, and Carmelo Hayes. Those are the three that I could see. Jacob Fatu, I don't know if he goes for gold this early. Carmelo Hayes could easily be going for gold, and they've already had their little fiasco. Logan Paul is the one that I could see they bring back Logan Paul to go against LA Knight here at Bad Blood, and something happens that sets up a feud for Logan Paul and somebody else. Because right now I feel like Logan Paul's a little bit of up in the air. Where is he going to go? I do think it makes a lot of sense if you're looking towards the beef aspect too of LA Knight and Logan Paul. I could see that match happening, but that's still an honorable mention here. Up next, we have Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed. I think this is another match, of course, that's kind of is going to happen in the future. It's going to build up in the future. I just don't see it happening in Bad Blood. I really don't. I just don't see a way. I could see this later on in like Royal Rumble or something, maybe Survivor Series. It's not happening at Bad Blood, in my opinion. Up next, we have Pete Dunne versus Sheamus. This one has been built up for a while now, with Pete Dunne destroying Sheamus anytime he has a chance. Do we see this on Raw? Do we see this at maybe Bash in Berlin? It hasn't been announced yet. I don't know. I do not know. And I think it's hard to say where we're going to see this. But Bad Blood's a good place to do it. It's just there's so many great storylines right now that I cannot say, you know what? Makes a lot of sense to have Bad Blood here and do this at Bad Blood. So I don't know if I can say that right now. Up next, we have Jey Uso, in my opinion, going against somebody. I think Jey Uso cannot be left off this card. Jey Uso is too big to not be even not a part of this card at all. But there's generally no one I could see him going against. I don't think you can make him go against a Tungan on a PLE. I don't think you can make him go against anybody else other than Solo Sikoa on this PLE. I just don't think it makes tons of sense unless he's going for a championship as well. So we'll have to see. Now let's start getting to my real card predictions. I think no matter what, we are probably going to see Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. Now, is this regular Finn Balor? Is this the Demon Finn Balor versus Damian Priest? I don't know. But no matter what, Bad Blood should be centered around beefs and storylines that are like that. These people just hate each other. These people just do not like each other. Finn Balor and Damian Priest is the biggest one right now for both of them. These guys hate each other, making, sabotages, screwing over each other. This PLE should have this. Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. You should have Damian Priest, obviously, going after Finn Balor for these years. Finn Balor finally says, I will destroy you at Bad Blood, and brings out the Demon. And I think we're going to see a Finn Balor potential win at Bad Blood if he brings out the Demon. I think when he brings out the Demon, we should always expect that the Demon should win, because it is the alter ego and the god of Finn Balor. But at the same time, Finn Balor says he doesn't think the Demon should come out unless it is a babyface. So we'll have to see. But this one should be written in the books for this card. Another one that should be written in the books is Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. I think this is where we see Rhea Ripley get her championship back from Liv Morgan. I think we're going to see Rhea Ripley really show off, and without the not without the odds, defy the odds of the new Judgment Day, the Street Trash. Probably just going to keep Judgment Day's name. I think we see Liv Morgan retaining only if Damian, loses and gets pissed and doesn't help Rhea Ripley. It'd be very interesting to also see if they do this Damian or Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan story, both of them on the same card, because I do think that Grand Damian was going against Gunther. These are both storylines that are like mono e mono in the same factions that are going against each other. But this is probably one of the biggest stories right now for Judgment Day. I think this makes a lot of sense to have Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan than Damian versus Finn, in my opinion. And we could see some interesting stuff going on, in my opinion, because I think Rhea Ripley, this is her time to get that championship back and really defy the odds. It'd be interesting to see what they do with Liv Morgan after this, because I think we're going to see part 3 probably at WrestleMania, and then maybe Liv Morgan wins it again. Maybe Rhea Ripley retains again. We'll have to see. Up next, we have Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns. This is one that I think should be marked down as 100% happening at Bad Blood. I don't think you can have Bad Blood without Roman Reigns, in my opinion. So who does Roman Reigns go against? Well, a lot of people think it could be Cody Rhodes. A lot of people think it could be somebody else. I think it's Solo Sikoa. I think this just makes the most sense to have this. And I think we see Roman Reigns lose. Now, is this Roman Reigns losing from The Rock to set up a Survivor Series? Is this Roman Reigns losing to... I'm forgetting about someone. Roman Reigns losing from a Jacob Fatu. Roman Reigns losing because of the Tongans. Couldn't tell you. I just think this is going to be somebody that is going to screw over Roman Reigns, because right now Roman Reigns has kind of been destroying Solo Sikoa. So I don't think we see a way Roman Reigns really wins, in my opinion. Up next, we have Nia Jax versus Charlotte Flair. So this is the one that I actually want to kind of give a really good prediction for. A lot of people I've seen said Nia Jax versus Charlotte Flair is probably going to happen at Bad Blood. I would agree, but I think a better story would be Nia Jax versus Tiffany Stratton. But now I'm realizing, you know what? What about this? Nia Jax calling herself the queen is obviously going to maybe get some really shocking aspects from, Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair comes back, says, I'm the real queen of WWE. Comes back, goes against Nia Jax. Queen off, basically. I think they would also build a side story with this. And they already kind of have with Nia Jax in the most recent episode of SmackDown for me, kind of been saying, you know what is it called? You know what, Tiffany, this was good, but this isn't my style. Bow down to me. I think Tiffany Stratton is going to cash in on Nia Jax during this event, or an event before is going to cash in on Nia Jax. I think Tiffany Stratton is going to probably get this championship after Bad Blood. I don't know. I want her to have this title entering WrestleMania. I don't see them doing it before Royal Rumble or after Royal Rumble. Or I don't see this her cashing in after Royal Rumble unless it's WrestleMania. I don't see her cashing in, at the Royal Rumble. I think Bad Blood is the best opportunity we see this happen, and I could see Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax, maybe Charlotte wins for a second, and Tiffany Stratton cashes in and gets it from Charlotte Flair, and Nia Jax is somewhat have to be kind of happy, or Nia Jax is about to win it, and Tiffany Stratton music turns on, Nia Jax loses, Charlotte Flair gets cashed in on Tiffany Stratton, and then Nia Jax is pissed at Tiffany Stratton. Something like that I think we could see. And then it could build that Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton kind of matchup in the future that we wanted. I think that's a good idea as well. I'd even click Tiffany Stratton to really show that she could be involved in this match. Up next, I think this is the last on the card, if I'm not mistaken. Cody Rhodes versus who? Cody Rhodes is going to be here. Cody Rhodes is going to go against somebody at Bad Blood. Who is he going to go against somebody at Bad Blood? Who will it be? I have a couple people that I think makes a lot of sense. But it's just so hard to say he's going to get there. First one's going to be Randy Orton. Second one, Kevin Owens. Third one, Jacob Fatu. I think Randy is a match that makes a lot of sense with all this build-up that they've been having, even on the side of Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton crying over, saying that Cody Rhodes said, I proved it to you, I could do it. I could see Randy Orton turning on Cody Rhodes maybe at Bad Blood. I could see Randy Orton, maybe later on in the future turning on him, and then that's the WrestleMania match, whatever it might be. Randy Orton just deserves his heel turn here soon. I'm going to say Jacob Fatu next, because I think Jacob Fatu could get a title shot at Bad Blood to really cement that bloodline versus Cody Rhodes as well. I just don't know if I really like to see that. And then last that I think could actually really happen is Kevin Owens versus I said Bad Blood versus Cody Rhodes. We are getting this at Bash in Berlin. Don't get me wrong, and I know that's going to be probably a good match. But right now, it's still babyface on babyface. Kevin Owens has kind of been crashing out, even in this most recent episode of SmackDown against even Grayson Waller, where he's kind of like starting to say, you know what, you don't like the old me, you don't like the old me, let me show you the old me, or something like that. I could see a world where Kevin Owens turns on Cody Rhodes after losing in Bash in Berlin, and now we see a heel Kevin Owens. Truthfully. And if that happens, this is going to be an amazing setup for Bad Blood, where it's Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. I could see it in the sense that AJ Styles really showed it. I could see it in the sense of something else. I just see this could be a part 2 match that could happen at Bad Blood. But at the same time, I don't know. It's very hard to say who Cody Rhodes will go against, but he's going to be on this PLE for sure. Last but certainly not least, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. This is going to happen. It's probably going to be a Hell in a Cell match. I hope it's the 3-stage Hell in a Cell match, which is crazy. It'll be amazing. This is happening. This is going to be the main event probably, unless Roman Reigns goes against Cody Rhodes, and that's going to probably be the main event. I am so excited for this match. They're going to have at least one Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood. It could be Rhea versus Liv Morgan. It's probably going to be this. This is going to be a match for the ages. I am so excited to see this in person. This is going to be crazy because this is the first time we're going to see separately CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre with no Seth Rollins interference at all. This is going to be the one that's going to be destructive, bloody, and insane. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.